So let's start with today's topic, reflective meditation practice. Well, we will begin by remembering what meditation is. Okay, remember that we studied this topic also on the phase A of this self-knowledge course, conference number 2022, I guess. Okay, and we learned there that the meditation is the bread of the wise, is the way to acquire wisdom. It is the way through which we connect with the Father to acquire wisdom. Wisdom in which the mind does not interfere but is received through intuition. That is why the mind must be silent. A person who wants wisdom should meditate daily, just like the human body needs food on a daily basis. We must feed our consciousness daily, and this is done through meditation. In life, really the important thing is the radical, total, and definitive change. The rest, frankly, does not have the least importance. And meditation is fundamental when we sincerely want such a change. In no way do we desire inconsequential, superficial, and vain meditation. We need to get serious and put aside so much nonsense that abounds out there in cheap pseudo-esotericism or pseudo-occultism. So we are going to say that there are two types of meditation. Contemplative meditation, there are many of these everywhere, and they are contemplative because they lead us to states of relaxation, either by listening to a sound, music, imagining certain things, etc., etc. However, when we finish such meditations, the state of relaxation is lost for whatever reason, and we realize that we are still the same, having the same defects and making the same mistakes. We finish this kind of meditations, and for example, we go down the street, someone bumps into us, and that's where our anger comes out. That's because we have not changed anything within ourselves. The other type of meditation is transcendental meditation, and within this category we have reflective meditation, which is what we are going to be explaining today. And transcendental meditation, through which we can access the sixth and seventh dimensions of nature, the higher dimensions, also known as the heavens, and bring wisdom from there. We have to know how to be serious. You have to know how to change if you really don't want to fail in your esoteric work. The one who doesn't know how to meditate, the superficial, will never be able to dissolve the ego. He will always be an impotent log in the furious sea of life. Well, the material that we will use for meditation are the scenes of our life. We can only withdraw wisdom from those scenes and situations that we have experienced. Our life is like a movie made up of scenes, and some actors participate in those scenes. And let's remember that these actors are our multiple psychological defects that are manifested through us. Therefore, if we want to radically change our lives, we have to eliminate the actors who participate in these scenes. The situations of the practical life must be deeply understood through this technique of meditation. The didactic material for meditation is found precisely in the different events or circumstances of the practical life, our daily life. Circumstances both pleasant and unpleasant, since we came here to extract wisdom from good and evil. Any circumstance must be reconstructed through conscious imagination through the technique of meditation. The reconstruction of any scene allows us to verify for ourselves and directly the intervention of various participating defects in it. Example, a scene of jealousy. acts of anger, jealousy, and even hate intervene in it. Understanding each one of these defects, each one of these factors implies, in fact, deep reflection, concentration, and of course, meditation. People always protest against unpleasant events. They don't know how to see the utility of such events. And well, instead of protesting against unpleasant circumstances, we must extract from them through meditation the useful elements for our spiritual growth. And it must be said that it is from unpleasant events that we can extract the most wisdom. Conflict situations, sadness, antipathy, poverty, suffering, a specific defect that we want to work on, a certain wrong way of being that we want to change. All of this is material for meditation. Also from pleasant situations, such as lustful situations, states of being in love, vices and addictions, states of frenzy and fun, since all leads us to feed our defects with our energy. For example, if we go to a party, there are many defects that move there, such as alcohol, drugs, lust, dancing, insubstantial talk, gossip, flirting, etc., etc. Well, some observations that we have to take into account are, well, when reconstructing a scene, we must not identify with it. For example, if we are studying a scene of anger and we become identified with that anger, we will not be able to observe the defects of anger that is manifesting in that scene, okay? Also, in no case should we accept the justification or evade ourselves. If we are studying a conflict scene with a person, for example, a justification would be to say that the other person was the one who started, the one who offended me first, that it is my duty to defend myself. We must eliminate all the justifications that are presented, since they detract from the objective of eliminating the defect, since in a certain way, with the justifications, we are defending what we did. We are giving the reason to the defect with these justifications. Also, we are going to judge ourselves, not others. If we are studying a fight scene, for example, with the couple, it may be, it is common that we want to judge the actions of the other person and how he or she should change. We begin to find his faults and think that he should change so that I wouldn't get so angry and get in such a bad mood, that he is the one to blame for making me get in this state, and so on. That marked tendency to blame others is an obstacle to understanding our own mistakes. Unfortunately, it is very difficult. It's very difficult for us to destroy, well, in ourselves, this tendency of blaming others. Okay, but remember that it is our defects that we are going to observe and blame, not those of others. Also, take into account that it is very important to put ourselves in the point of view of others. Not trying to experience or feel what the other person felt or assuming why they did this or that, but rather reflecting on the times that we have acted in the same way and observing the defects that participated in that scene, okay? Why they did it, how they manifested, etc. This will make us discover that same defect within ourselves, and that we come to the understanding of our own defect, and that we could understand the actions of the other person. This helps to eliminate the criticism and judgment towards others. Finally, we must repeat this practice every time we have the opportunity. The interested student should not go to bed without reflecting on the various details of the day. So it would be good to start doing it daily, even for 15 or 20 minutes at first. Then the time, of course, will get longer, okay? Well, now we are going to be explaining the steps for the practice. First, we need a quiet place where there is no noise or we would be interrupted. Then we do the conjuration of the belly line and the magic circle, as we learned in lecture 7 of the phase A. This is to clean the environment and protect it. Then the plea for assistance to the Father and the Divine Mother, so that they direct us in this meditation. Then we move on to the relaxation of the emotion, which we will do through breathing. We are going to be inhaling and exhaling until there is no tension in the emotion. Then comes the relaxation of the mind, which we will do by listening to sounds for 1 minute. And finally, the relaxation of the physical body, where we will use our imagination to feel all the parts of our body and order them to calm down, relax, and distend. The next step is to reconstruct a certain scene or event in which the defect we want to work on and eliminate manifested. If we do not remember the scene perfectly, we can use the mantra Raum Gaon, which is pronounced as follows. Raum Gaon. We can pronounce it mentally or audibly, okay? Then we begin to observe each one of the little details that participate in the scene, observing the thoughts we had, the feelings, the desires that moved there, and the actions we did. It is important that we divide ourselves into observer and observed. Who observes is consciousness, the 3% of free consciousness, and the observed is the ego, the remaining 97% of trapped essence. We most see these scenes like someone watching a movie and wanting to observe carefully the actions of the actors involved. Well, for example, if we are reflecting on a scene of an argument with a co-worker, we must observe what we were thinking at the moment. We thought about how bad worker he is, that he's a lazy person, he's a prepotent person, and thinks he's superior. We think about the words to offend him. We make suppositions about why he acts the way he does. We listen all that defects telling us to answer him back, to insult him back, even to push him, etc., etc. In our feelings, we feel anger, frustration, even fear. We have the desires to argue, to offend and insult him, to attack him and punch him, and even to kill him. In our actions, we proceed to offend him and insult him with our words. We make gestures of anger and contempt. We throw some object at him or get into a physical fight. Another example may be, for example, we are reflecting on a lustful scene. For example, we saw an attractive man or lady in the street, and we observe the thoughts we had. We may observe the defects telling us how attractive that person is, how beautiful his hair, his body. We start planning how to approach that person, how to get to know him and seduce him. We start idealizing that person, thinking about a future with that person, imagining lustful scenes with that person, and so on. In our feelings, we may observe that feeling of being in love, the nervous and fear we feel while being in front of that person. We most observe the desires we had. The desire to talk to that person, the attraction we felt, the desire to copulate with that person, the desire to have a relation with that person. We must observe also how our sexual center activates, and we felt the sensation of sexual excitement. And of course, our actions, what we did. Maybe we made a compliment to that person. We made some flirtatious gestures. We asked that person for her or his phone, etc., etc. Okay? Well, we most judge ourselves ruthlessly. We most observe ourselves as we really are right now in order to understand that this is not part of our being and withdraw the wisdom from the defects. We cannot evade ourselves, okay? Then we beg the Divine Mother for death to every detail understood with the phrase, Divine Mother, eliminate this I from me. In order for the mother to act, the defect must have been previously observed and understood. We must understand that we are observing a defect, an ego, that this is not part of our real being, a defect that has caused damage to ourselves and others, a defect that wants to rob our energy. Okay. Remember that our Divine Mother is a part of our being, and she represents the love. Okay. Well, now let's do the practice. First, we're going to be singing the belly lean. You can do it with me or after me, in case you don't know how to do it. So now we're going to close our eyes and start singing in this way, okay? Belly lean, belly lean, belly lean, anchor of salvation. I'd like to be close to you. Materialism has no power over me. Belly lean, belly lean, belly lean. Belly lean, belly lean, belly lean, anchor of salvation. I'd like to be close to you. Materialism has no power over me. Belly lean, belly lean, belly lean. Belly lean, belly lean, belly lean, anchor of salvation. I'd like to be close to you. Materialism has no power over me. Belly lean, belly lean, belly lean. Now we are going to make the magic circle of protection, saying these words. Father of mine, Lord of mine, God of mine, I beg you, if it is your will, to command my elemental intercessor to leave from my body and draw a magical circle of protection around this place, in order to make it free from any evil forces. Elemental intercessor, elemental intercessor, elemental intercessor. Do your work in the name of the Christ, by the power of the Christ, by the majesty of the Christ. Psst. Well, now we're going to be asking our inner Father and Divine Mother for assistance with our words, okay? An example could be, Father of mine, Lord of mine, Divine Mother, I beg you, if it is your will, to help me in this practice that has the purpose of observing and eliminating the defects and details in the scene we are going to work on. Now we proceed to the relaxation. We're going to relax the mind, the emotion, and also the physical body. Okay, so to relax the emotion, as I said before, we're going to do it through a respiratory process. Okay, we're going to be inhaling deeply, and then we are going to be exhaling through our mouth in a short way, pronouncing the mantra Sa. We're going to be doing this 5 times, okay? So let's start. If we want, we can close our eyes so we can get to concentrate better, okay? So inhale deeply, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale a fourth time. Exhale. Let's do it one last time. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Now we're going to be focusing on the sounds around us. We're going to be doing this for 1 minute. We are going to start to focus on the sounds that are closest to us. Remember not to become identified with those sounds. We're going to listen to them. We are going to let them go and try to listen another sound that is further. Well, through or using the imagination, the conscious imagination, we are going to relax our physical body. So what we are going to do is that we are going to feel and imagine each part of our body. And we are going to command that part to relax. We are going to do this in order, starting from our toes. The toes of the foot, starting from the right leg. Starting from there until we feel our right leg completely. We're going to command it to relax and distend. If we perceive any strong tension, we can also ask our Divine Mother to eliminate it. Well, now we're going to do the same procedure with our left leg. Let's proceed to our back. Now let's feel the front. Let's feel and relax our sexual apparatus, our belly, our chest, our internal organs, our right shoulder, our right arm, left shoulder, left arm. Let's feel and relax our neck, our face, our complete head. Now we're going to be ordering our whole physical body to relax in the next way. Physical body, I command you to relax. Physical body, I command you to relax. physical body, I command you to relax. Well, now let's do the practice. Let me set the time. Well, give me a minute. Let me see if I can fix the light of the camera, because I realize it's really dark. But while I'm doing so, keep that state of concentration, please. Well, okay, so let's do the practice. Well, first we're going to be taking 5 minutes. We're going to be taking 5 minutes in each point, okay? First, we're going to be observing the desires manifested in the scene we're going to be working on, and we're going to be observing and asking our Divine Mother to eliminate all the desires, okay? I'm talking about the things we wished to do at that moment, okay? So let me set the time, 5 minutes, and let's start. If you want, you can use a notebook. In a notebook, you can write down all these details, and later you could delve into those details, okay, and get more details and advance faster in the elimination of these psychological defects. Also, remember that we are going to be using scenes of our own life. For example, if we are going to be studying the defect of masturbation or pornography, jealousy, anger, proud, we are going to be reflecting on a scene in which this defect manifested, okay? Remember, we are observing our desires. Well, now we're going to be observing the emotions, as I explained before, okay? What we felt, hatred, anger, fear, maybe we felt in love, and so on, okay? Observing that exact scene. Let me set the time. Remember that every detail found, we're going to be asking our Divine Mother to eliminate it, okay? Well, now we are going to be observing the our thoughts, okay, as I explained before. Going to be setting the time again, 5 minutes. And we're going to be observing all the thoughts we had during that event or a scene we are studying. We are studying now, okay? The planning, the conversation of our psychological defects, the fantasies, um, the futurizations, all of that. And also, every detail found, we are going to be asking our Divine Mother to eliminate it. Well, last but not least, we are going to be observing our actions, okay? What we did, what we said, and what we omitted also. The things we were supposed to do and we didn't do it because there was manifesting a psychological defect. So we're going to be taking 5 more minutes and then we're going to be finishing today's practice, today's guided practice. Well, let's start observing what we did and what we didn't, what we said, what we didn't say, and we're going to be asking our Divine Mother to eliminate all those details. this was the last point. With this, we have finished this practice. And a recommendation, another recommendation, is that we also can use these questions we can see here to delve into each of the details that we discover. That way, more details will appear and we will move faster towards eliminating the defects. For example, if I am reflecting on a scene of anger and I observe an insulting detail, I can ask why I insulted or how I insulted. This will reveal more details so that we can eliminate them, okay? Well, last, to finish, we are going to be thanking our Divine Mother for her assistance with our own words, as you can see here. And, well, thank you everyone for joining us in this conference or guided practice we had today. And in the next conference, we will be guiding a practice of astral projection, okay? So thank you for being here, and until next time. Let me see if we have any question. Well, we have greetings from Perry. He says greetings from Ghana. Well, greetings from Colombia, Perry. Glad you were here. Well, I can see more comments. So that's it. Thank you very much for being here, and bye-bye.